Hello, and welcome to Voices of the 21st Century Author Spotlight, a show dedicated to sharing the message of women from all around the world who show up and share their truth. My name is Gail Watson, founder and CEO of Women Speakers Association, and today we're going to have an amazing conversation about when life comes at us too big, too much, too fast, too soon. I know you've been there. I've been there too. So I have the proud honor of introducing to you four-time best-selling author SharonPlache. She is co-author in Voices of the 21st Century, Women Transforming the World, and she is, and this book has reached bestseller in 4 countries and went #1 in 10 different categories. So I'd like to please join me in welcoming SharonPlache.
Thank you, Gail. So great to be here and happy to be coming from sunny San Diego and just sending that warmth out to everybody all around the world. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So awesome. I love what you share in Voices of the 21st Century Woman Transforming the World. I mean, really what you're talking about is overwhelm when life just comes at us, sometimes unexpectedly. So please share with us what inspired you to dive into this topic.
Well, when I was looking at this topic and had the opportunity to be in this book, what was coming to me is often we've experienced overwhelm at moments in our life, and then we had a global overwhelm, right? Our whole world really had too much, too fast, too soon coming at us in ways that our life experience, our neurobiology was not at all familiar with. And so I was really inspired to speak to the humanity of that and how we can be in compassionate care for ourselves and others, since trauma sensitive care is near and dear to my heart. And one of the populations I work with are the veterans here in San Diego.
Nice. So diving into that a little bit more, you said over the past couple of years you've seen this. You're talking, I guess, about the pandemic
Correct. Yeah. Mhm.
and the trauma that it's had on individuals. So what are you seeing?
Well, what I see is some of our more intelligent social connection skills that we have normally had with each other, our neighbors, our community. We've gotten very much into our sort of survival mammalian brain, the fight or flight or freeze. And the part of us that has social engagement, connection, caring, and sharing really got 2 things that got put to the side because we were isolated. And then it also got shut down because we were in survival mode. And I kind of talk about that in my chapter, where when we're on overwhelm, our brain is getting tired trying to figure out what's the next thing. How do I solve this? How do I solve this? How do I solve this? And we lose the capacity to really stop for a moment and be in compassionate care with ourselves and others.
So important. And I love that you really bring that to the forefront of compassionate care. Because what happens if we're not in compassionate care with ourselves?
Well, I really like the fact that the word anxiety in the Greek comes from broken or shattered or fragmented. And I feel like compassion represents peace and whole and connection. So when we are out of that compassionate care with ourselves and others, we're really fragmented. And we're a little bit like a loose cannon. We're just reacting rather than responding, both in our own kind of survival brain and bumping up against that in others. So my invitation in the chapter was to pause for a moment and what can we do to come back into that connection with ourselves and connection with each other? That's our highest self, right? That's our wise mind.
I love that. And it's so important right now. And now in your chapter, you share some tips and strategies to help people break that overwhelm.
Yeah, well, I represented a couple of I felt important pieces. When we get into this fight or flight, we tend to see others as an object rather than a human being. And really, so one of the tips is to notice when you're objectifying others, rather than recognizing them as a unique human being, and that they have three primary basic needs, which we all do. We want to feel safe. We would like to have a sense of belonging, that we're part of, we're welcome, and that also our dignity is respected. And so, how each person might go about that, my recommendation is to pause and notice, how are you objectifying yourself or others? Are you providing a safe space for yourself and others? Are you feeling welcome? Are you welcoming others with a deep sense of dignity and respect, and honoring that we're all in this human experience together? And that can show up in a lot of different ways. Mindfulness practices foster that very much so. Mhm.
So needed right now. So many people are feeling that broken or that disconnect. And I love that you remind us of our human compassion and how that's an easy thing that we can give. I'm thinking your story, and if you're listening right now to Sharon, you may be feeling this yourself, or I know for sure you know somebody that may be feeling this. And having a copy of this book in their hands would be an amazing gift, truly amazing gift. So Sharon, where can we reach you to get a copy of this book?
Yes, thank you. So my website, SharonPlache.com, is always the best place to connect with me and be able to order a copy of the book. And I know also there's many other resources through Women's Speakers Association to be able to connect with myself and all the other authors, and Gail as well. And when you said, if anyone's listening and they're really feeling that sense of disconnect or fragmentation, my invitation is to pause for the moment and really drop into your bones, right into your body, and feel that infinite breath of life, right? That's part of each one of us. And knowing that the air we breathe is the air that we all breathe. And so we can begin to feel a sense of grounding and connection, which is what we as a group of women came together and really felt some connection and collaboration coming out of these unsettled times. So there's so many ways that we can look for that in the present moment and with each other.
I'm glad that you're here. You really see your purpose during this time to really help us all heal, to bring us back together again. And you truly are a woman transforming this world, transforming the lives of others, of those that you get to touch, either through a one-on-one conversation or and through the words that you leave in the pages of this book. So I want to really thank you for showing up in your truth, because that makes a difference, a big difference. And we need you right now, for sure.
Yeah, thank you. That I love that. We all need each other. And when I
Hmm.
was thinking about, what might be takeaways, when we think of the fact that collaboration, coming together, allows us to be ourselves and also share a bigger vision and make a difference in the world. And when we have each other, we actually have the ability to heal, because we're no longer feeling the isolation that often comes with trauma, right? We're feeling the presence of a nurturing, compassionate other.
You are amazing. I
Hmm,
love you.
yeah.
Um, so yes, everybody listening, Sharon Plache, please check her out at SharonPlache.com. That's PLACHE.com. And Sharon, SHARON. And we'll drop her link just below here in the chat. But please reach out, contact her, get a book for yourself, and you'll autograph it, I'm going to guess, Sharon.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And but more than that, pick up a copy or two or three or four and really get it into the hands of other people that you know that may be suffering um, the trauma or the disconnect and need a little bit of love and just need to be seen. It's a beautiful gift to just see somebody, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Sharon, you are just full of life, full of encouraging words. Please leave us with some final words of wisdom from you.
When I think about this moment, the question I often ask myself is, what is alive in me? because we're all here to really experience that sense of vitality and life. And when something's alive in me, it's I have something to share. So I would invite everyone to say, what's alive in you? What gives you passion, which then feeds your compassion, which feeds your connection with others, and then really ties it together in collaboration. And really, this wave of love and vitality is what I would say is probably the most important thing for each of us to continue to explore and grow and share.
Love it. You just feel your peace. I love it.
Mm.
I love it. Thank you again. Thanks for joining us in this conversation and really helping us to work through overwhelm. It's important. We're all feeling it and so appreciative of you
Yeah. Thank you, Gail. Always
to
great
guide
to
us
be
through.
together. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for joining us today and for your time in joining in this conversation. And we look forward to connecting with you again real soon. Remember to check out SharonPlache at SharonPlache.com, and we will connect with you again soon. Thank you very much.